Guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me again. My name is Portia, and I actually have an Instagram account called An Ironworker's Guide to Beauty. I'm an ironworker by trade. It's what I've been doing for the last 7 years. I am a makeup enthusiast. How I got to loving beauty is the fact that my grandmother and I used to actually watch the Miss USA and Miss Universe pageants when I was younger. And you know, it was something that kind of intrigued me. And then, you know, watching her put on her makeup and everything, I just kind of, you know, when she put that first swipe of foundation on me, there was no turning back. You know what I mean? I was intrigued, and I just loved it. I took art for 8 years in between elementary school, middle school, and high school. So, you know, I view the face as a blank canvas. And of course, eyeshadows are the paints, and makeup's the paint that actually goes on the face to create whatever you want. So, you know, I believe that, you know, whatever your mind creates is, you know, perfectly fine. And that's where I stand on the whole makeup situation. Of course, I don't get sent anything comped. Everything I buy is of my own, with my own money. So my opinions aren't swayed by a brand sending me free stuff or anything like that. I just kind of want to just share my viewpoints and just talk to y'all, and you know, hopefully, you know, talk like, you know, girlfriends are talking between themselves about makeup and everything, and what, you know, I feel is the best things, and like, you know, what I love and everything. And you know, that's just me. And of course, if you don't like it, then you can just leave. But I hope you won't. I hope you'll actually take the time to sit down and actually listen to my viewpoints. Just because I'm not a beauty blogger doesn't mean that I don't have anything to say. I have a lot to say, and you know, now it's open season for saying it. So with that all said, let's jump into my video about the two palettes that I'm actually comparing today and actually talking about today, which is this one, which I talked about in my last video, the BH Studio Pro Ultimate Artistry Shadow Palette, and of course the one that everybody seems to be loving, the Jaclyn Hill palette, which was her collaboration with Morphe, which actually was limited edition but now is permanent, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, not only can you catch it on Morphe's website, Morphe, oh good lord, I don't even know the website's name, but Morphe's website, there's Google for that. But you can also get it at Ulta's website, I believe, in store also. These two palettes, you know, you get, you know, a lot of neutrals, you get some color in there, but the price point they retail for is just two totally different price points. This one retails for $20 for 42 shades. This one, of course, retails $38 for 35 shades. I personally, like, I had this one before. I do enjoy it, and if you actually open it up here and actually look, you can actually, you know, this one I do enjoy, but I mean, honestly, I like them all. I think I like that shade the most because it's just such a beautiful transition shades. And typically when I love shades, I usually go for the more shimmery ones, but I have a million shimmers that look like all these shimmers in here. Transition shades though, why the heck do I keep putting holes in my shadow? Look, I just, look at that. That's terrible. I'm a terrible palette mama. I keep digging in with my nail. I don't know why. Anyway, back to the shade. This is just such a beautiful transition color. It's just a beautiful all over shade color. That Jaclyn Hill palette is what I used to create my eye look today. Last week I know I used this pup along with the Pat McGrath eye palette rather, to create the look. I did last week, but you know, I decided to switch it up. Just look at that shade. This is just such a beautiful shade to start off with. I mean, it's like, it blends like butter. It just blends like butter. It's beautiful. On the other hand, in this palette, which is $20, which the mattes are just so beautiful. The mattes are really beautiful if you actually look, because this is actually the newer of the two palettes, and within a week, of course, you can tell which shadow I've loved which has been this kind of dual chromey shadow. You know, I really do love it. It's just such a beautiful, it's so beautiful. It's like a quiet presence. It's not loud. It's not like, you know, it's not announcing its presence so loudly. It's just quiet, but you know it's there. It's refined. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous, you know, and everything. Just look at that. That's just against, oh my gosh, that's just, it's purple, which is one of my favorite colors, but it's also brown, which is one of my favorite, of course, colors to use in my makeup, because of course anybody who knows me knows I love my neutral shades. I have a million palettes with a bunch of neutral shades. Why even the Z palette I created, look at the Z palette I created, neutral freaking shades. Apparently I love neutral shades. Anyway, I feel though that I don't know, I love them both equally and for very, very different reasons. I feel like this one I love because it was like the first one that I actually bought. But here's the story with this one. Okay, so when they came out with this one, I forgot what else was launching that day. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's something else launching that day, and I forgot what it is. I really do. But because of that item, my friend Zoe, I went to go see her, you know, and to discuss all things beauty, and she was like, oh, did you get the Jaclyn Hill palette? And I'm like, no. And when I went online to actually try to go get it, it was all sold out. So I did not actually get it on the first try. So I stalked it. I was actually at work. And guys, I'm sorry about my TV in the background. This used to be my living room. Technically, it's still a living room, but it's my beauty studio. So I'm sorry about the TV in the back, but this is just kind of, it's kind of mushed together. So sorry about that. Sorry if it's kind of distracting. I tried to block it out, but it didn't quite work. So anyway, I got this on the second round go. I actually stalked it at work. I was like, wait, guys, because I was like, I cannot go back to work till I get the palette. And I ordered it. And this time around when they did the second launch, the second round, you can only order one at a time. So I was like, oh well, I'm not paying for extra shipping, I'll just get the one. And I got the one, and finally when I got it and I opened it up, it was just like a ray of light. It was just so freaking pretty. I'm telling you, I think, oh my gosh, this color up here, this salmon-y color up here, I'm going to show you. This is the one that I am wearing on, like, right here on my eyes. And I'm going to show you. It is just such a beautiful, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a dual chrome if I'm not mistaken, but it's just so freaking pretty. It's just, look at that, it's just so freaking pretty. It's just, my eyes are so dark, so a lot of times I do gravitate towards like shimmers to like open them up and add that light that apparently, yeah, it's not, you know, it keeps sucking the light from the air. So, you know, but, you know, this shimmer was just so beautiful. And I'm telling you, I took a little of this actually, which is my favorite water spray. This is the number 7 hydrating mineral water spray. I got this like maybe 2 months ago, and I have loved this to death. I love this. This is so similar to MAC Fix Plus, but like at like a fraction of price. I think this is like $10, and MAC Fix Plus is like 20 to 25. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna actually show you on my finger. I'm gonna take that same shade. There, I'm gonna actually take it on my middle finger. Why I took it on my middle finger, I have no idea. I'm actually going to spray it. I'm going to spray it. See, I sprayed. So you see it's like wet, and I'm going to show you the intensity. Look at that. Isn't that just, oh my gosh, it's just, oh, look at that. That is freaking gorgeous. So yeah, I'm just like, I fell in love with it, and I'm like, this is going to be my travel palette. It's going to be my travel palette. But and yes, I am getting ready to travel in a couple of weeks back home to visit family. But I was like, first off, I was off put by the fact that you get fingerprint smudges, and I gave up. I was like, you know what, that's just how it's gonna be. Everybody's palettes seem to be looking like that, so at least I'm not the only one. But I was looking for something, and it just wasn't in here, and I'm like, oh, I mean, I bought a million palettes trying to recapture, because it's one of those things that you can only know in your head, and it's whatever. So I saw this, and I had heard about this and everything, and as soon as it launched, I ordered it, pretty much. So I got it last week, you know, and everything, and I have just been playing with this sucker. There's very little, like, there's like virtually no fallout from this, no fallout. I'm not one of those people who suffers from like terrible fallout, with the exception of Subculture. I got minimal fallout, and a lot of people were having issues with that palette, so I wasn't even mad about that. But I'm telling you, I saw this purple shade here, and I'm telling you, this purple shade, if I could swap it out with the one that's in the Jaclyn Hill palette, I would, as that green, the green down here rather, I would. But since I can't, this actually has a lot more like shimmers and metallics and dual coat finishes in different colors. There's the word, different colors. So I feel like for travel, this is like way better, because you can get, you know, you can add the pops of color easier than the Jaclyn Hill palette. But you know, still, I'm not, I know I said I was taking this on vacay last week in my last, or rather in my last YouTube video. I'm not. I will actually share in the next video what I'm taking on vacay with me, and you are actually going to be surprised. You might think I'm actually crazy, but you know, it is what it is. Decisions have been made, and that's what it is. But you know, if I wasn't taking that, this was going to be my main, this was going to be my mainstay. This was going to be my mainstay, and I'm telling you, this color, this color here, oh my gosh, so much. Why? It looks up, it's on my middle finger, but look at that. Doesn't it look so much like that? It's so similar, so similar. I'm gonna actually swatch it next to it. I mean, it is more pinky, but you still get that. Oh, see, there's even more shadow coming along. You know, it's just, these two palettes, either one, I mean, this is more budget friendly. I mean, the packaging is kind of crappy. This is more budget friendly. You know, if you are a big Morphe fan, of course, you're gonna love this palette if you don't have it already, because it is such a departure from the usual Morphe palettes, especially with the mattes being so creamy. Both these palettes, I have nothing bad to say about them. They both perform phenomenally. If you want to see how this palette performed, you can actually check out my video, my last video, the one before this one, and check it out. But you know, I am literally like in love with both of them, and I have nothing bad to say about them. So yeah, this one is on BH Cosmetics. I'll actually put the link in the description box below. But this one is, you know, the BH one, 42 shades, $20. And of course you have the Jaclyn Hill for Morphe palette, or as we call it, the Jaclyn Hill palette, as everybody calls it rather, which is 35 shades for $38. Either way, you can't go wrong. Honestly, I don't think you need both. You don't need both. You have a lot of colors that kind of transect or go across both of them that you can find that are pretty much dupes for each other in either palette, with slight variations, but you don't need both. But yeah, either one, you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be totally content. Anyway, that's it for this video today. Please subscribe down below, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to see more videos coming from me. They'll come whether you like them or not, but you know, definitely show me some love. Hit that subscribe button below, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.